Hey guys, welcome back to Vermont Mapleview Farm. About a year ago, we shot a video and we said, hey, we're going to try to start putting out content again once a week for you. So it's been a busy winter and that's kind of why we've been away. But we're looking to get back to making videos for you guys starting today. And here we are about a year later, and this is the first video we've done. That being said, we are going to try to make a conscious effort to start putting out content again. Small milestone, but a milestone for my channel at least. We just crossed over 100 subscribers. I think we're at 104 right now. So, small milestone, but still a big deal for me. And today we're going to start off with a review of my new ride. Hey guys, how we doing? Hey Dad, have a good day. Alright, so before we get started with the review of the truck, I just wanted to give it a quick wash. We are in the middle of our Vermont winter and it's just about impossible to keep this thing clean. Turns out today we're at almost 40 degrees, so we're going to try to wash it off, hit the undercarriage with the pressure washer quick, and then we'll get started on our quick review. You like that? Alright, so let's start with the review part. As it turned out, all she ended up getting was a power wash because, like I said, it's Vermont, and all of the car soap was frozen solid in my garage. So at least we got the dirt off the undercarriage and off the sides of it. That being said, we're going to get started on the review, starting with what exactly is my new ride. Well, my new ride is the Beast, the 2019 GMC Sierra. It's an SLT. It was pretty much loaded out. The way you see it, for the most part, with the exception of one or two things I'll touch upon, is the way that I bought it off the dealer lot. This is the first transition year into the new body style. That being said, I will say one of my biggest pet peeves right off the bat is there does not appear to be a whole lot of aftermarket for this truck. But let's get started. All right, so starting out, like I said, this is pretty much the way I got it off the showroom floor. Apparently this was the owner's toy ride until he was done with it. They put in a Rancho lift, drop star rims. It's got the Nitto trail grapplers, 35 by 12s as far as tires. Moving up, we've also got the wheel flares. These were Bushwhacker flares, again, that the dealership put on kind of as an afterthought because they would not allow me to register the vehicle in Vermont due to the fact that the tires stuck out. So the dealership was kind enough to throw on the oversized wheel flares for me. As far as power, this is the 6.2, so it's got the bigger motor in it, which smiles all around. I'm super happy about that. We actually had to tow some stuff the other weekend with it and handled it without any problems. So moving down the truck, again, factory, I guess they want to call them their off-road running boards. Have a factory Sierra logo stamped into them. So far so good, I gotta say I do like them. They're all metal, and with this lift, I don't know, you can tell I'm vertically challenged. Without those steps I'd have some issues. Let's keep working back towards the back of the truck. And then when we come around to the tailgate, and again guys, I apologize, the dirt is still there. We just couldn't give it a thorough washing. It's got the new two-step tailgate in it, which I have mixed emotions about, just as far as a longevity issue. Right now, I love it. Again, for me being as short as I am with this lift in this truck, having the ability to create a step to get into the back of the truck for me is a huge big deal. While we're back here, Just a quick little thing. This was one of the only additions I've made to the truck. I put in the deck system in the back of the vehicle. Maybe at a later date, we'll do a review. That being said, I'll close up the tailgate again. 1, 2, and 3.
Seems a lot easier to do that on a Ford.
All right, as far as the rear suspension, it's same. It's a rough country shock setup with a lift block in the back. Nothing special. That being said, while we are still on the outside of the truck, my thoughts on the rough country suspension. It is rough. The ride quality on the truck is very, very stiff. After watching different people's videos, I do realize that pretty much when this truck came out, and I may be wrong, but I believe Rough Country was the first company to come to market with a lift kit for the new body style, and that's probably why they put this one on. I don't have a problem per se with the lift kit itself. It seems sturdy enough, but the ride quality is very, very stiff. Down the line, money permitting, I might change out the coilover setup and the shock setup to something a little bit more forgiving. The only other things to mention, like I said, it is an SLT and it does have the X31 off-road package. So why don't we take a quick step inside and we'll talk about the interior and the things that I like and don't like about that as well. All right, so the interior. I know a lot of people come down on the interior as far as they think that Chevy GMC didn't do much to upgrade compared to the Fords and the Dodges as far as their layout and materials. Maybe it's because I am a Chevy GMC guy kind of at heart. I truly enjoy the layout of the truck. That being said, let's fire it up and look at some of the stuff on the inside. So, again, everything for the most part on the interior, I like the layout. I've got real gauges, gives me my oil, my temp, my fuel, my battery, my tach, my speedo, and then I can scroll through, just like on every other vehicle these days, through the menu and keep an eye on my transmission temperature and all that other stuff through the gauges. So no problems there. I've had to use the four-wheel drive multiple times so far. Vermont winter, no problems there. Everything has worked fine even with the lift kit. Now this is an SLT, so it's one step down below the Denali. I'm not exactly sure. I think the Denali maybe has one or two more features than this truck has even as an SLT. It's got the full leather. I've got my moonroof. I've got my sliding rear window, heated seats front and rear. You can see all the aux capabilities that are on the dash, as well as, you know, the 110 outlets. And then as well in the bed, there's a secondary 110 outlet if you were, you know, hanging out tailgating and you wanted to plug in there. More aux capability inside of the console. This was something I bought, and that is something that I find amusing for what you spend on this truck. You think they would give you a little tray to put your stuff, but that cost like $25, so I guess it's not the end of the world. So that being said, the things that so far have been an issue. I purchased the truck the middle of September. It does seem to have some electronic gremlins that, after talking to the dealer, they keep telling me that it will be software updates. Every once in a while when I start the truck, the volume on the radio just doesn't work. Or the temp control knobs, when you hit them here on the dashboard, everything would be blank versus you can see and turn everything up. Now that one has only occurred once. The radio one has occurred 2 or 3 times. Now all you have to do is I shut the truck off, restart the truck, and it goes away and everything works again. So it's just some kind of programming glitch in the computer works that it's, I don't know, missing something when it starts up. I have received 3 recall notices in the mail so far. One for a seatbelt issue, one for a battery to the alternator, battery cable to the alternator issue. And honestly, I can't remember what the 3rd one is off the top of my head right now. So I am creeping up on my first scheduled free oil change. So I'm gonna try to have all 3 recalls done at that time. Biggest downside so far, like one of my old friends said a long time ago, if you wanna play, you gotta pay, is the fuel mileage. My old Avalanche, which is what I traded in to purchase this truck, had the 5.3 in it, obviously no lift. And I was getting somewhere around 15 and change miles to the gallon. The best case scenario with me on the highway babying this, I'm getting 12.5. Around town, I'm getting 10.5. As far as overall impressions though, I've had multiple people, my children, other people get in the vehicle and they're in the back seat, and they will say it is one of the roomiest back seats that they've ever been in on a pickup truck. So it is the crew cab, not the double cab, so it has the full back half to the truck, and it really is roomy. Can't complain about that. The under seat storage is pretty convenient. You know, I throw some stuff back there, and now that I just installed that deck system, all of my other tools, compressor, all that kind of fun stuff can live in the back. So that works out well and keeps the interior of the truck fairly clean. So overall, I mean, I gotta say, I do love my truck. It's been about 5 months. I know I've had, you know, my little back and forth with the little electronic issues, and, you know, having to go back and forth with the wheel flares to try to get it registered. But, you know, like they say, once you get past all that stuff and you can really sit and enjoy it, I do love this truck. You know, it gets good looks wherever it goes when it's clean, and it's been everything that I could possibly ask for. It's got power, it's comfortable, even though, like I said, the rough country does give it a rough ride. It's more because we have a lot of dirt roads and back roads that right now are all washboarded out. So, you know, when you're feeling that rough ride, it's tenfold now. Once spring and summer comes and they smooth out the roads and, you know, we get into the regular season, I'm sure it won't be nearly as bad. But that is, like I said, something on the to-do list later on. Maybe put in either a Fox suspension or something like that that'll have a little bit better setup, and I'm welcome to anybody's input and comments on that. Getting back to what I had originally said at the beginning of the video about there is no aftermarket. I've been trying to find front and rear bumpers. There's like 2 options. There's nothing out there unless I'm not seeing it, and I've spent quite a lot of time on the internet. Just ask my wife. If anybody knows of anything that I'm missing, feel free to comment. I would love to get some input on that. You know, I'd like to put a winch bumper on the front, and if even possible, due to the fact that the fuel mileage is so bad, a rear bumper that has the ability to carry some fuel cans or something. But that being said, guys, I can't say that I'm not in love with this vehicle. You know, she's got her small issues, but that's all they are. 5 months in, and I love my GMC. So that said, let's step outside and we'll wrap up this first video back in over a year. So once again, you can see how important those side steps are for a guy like me. All right, guys, like I said, I know it's been a year, and I know last year we said we were going to really try to give you content once a week. We are really striving to do that this year and make a fresh start. Comment in the section if you like the video, if there's other things that you'd like to see us talk about here on the farm, the tractor, the motorcycle, anything that you want to see. Leave it in the comments. We'll be happy to make you some videos. Spring is around the corner. It's a beautiful day. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Welcome back to Vermont Maple View Farm. Thank you.